Hey all, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. I don't get as much time with the hacking stuff anymore since I've graduated. Um, at some point, I will need to start making time for it. But for today, we are going to focus on Databricks. Um, I'm going to try and um, tone down my Yorkshire for this one. I know in some of them it's been quite strong, so I'm going to try and be a bit neutral if I can, so it's easier to understand me. So Databricks, yes, Databricks, the future of data and AI. This is something I've spent now the past 3 weeks learning, getting hands-on with it, learning the theory and the practical side of it. It's been a lot of fun, and I've learned a huge amount. Prior to that, I've got coming up to 6 months experience in Azure Cloud and implementation of Azure Cloud. So it fits in perfectly for this, but I've also got a lot of practical experience with Power BI, and it just fits it nicely with that as well. So let's continue. So Databricks for today. So what is Databricks? So it is a unified data analytics and AI platform. It's built on the Apache Spark for the big data and machine learning. In fact, I think it was the people that created Apache Spark uh, own the company for Databricks as well. And it combines data lake and data warehouse, and this is where you get the lake house architecture. Um, it's faster query performance than traditional warehouses. It supports AI, ML, which is artificial intelligence, and machine learning. You've got ETL, which is extract, transform, and load. Then you've got streaming and BI all in one platform. I think the AI tool for Databricks, I think it's called Genie. Um, it is something that's relatively new, something they are working on, but I think it is available to use as a beta version. But yeah, it is cost effective and scalable. So moving on to the Databricks Lakehouse architecture. So how does it work exactly? So you've got raw data, which is ingested into, it could be either, well, depends whatever platform you're using, whether you're using Azure Data Lake, Amazon, or the Google Cloud. Databricks effectively sits on top of your cloud provider. Um, so what it does exactly. So you've got the data which is stored into your Azure Data Lake, whatever storage you're using. And then that data is transformed using Databricks notebooks. Now you've got a choice of using Python, SQL, Scala. I think there's R as well. That in that data, then that raw data, you bring in using notebooks, and then it's stored as delta tables. And the point of delta tables is fast, it's ACID compliant, and it's scalable. Uh, from there, you can then serve that data using SQL Warehouse for business intelligence reporting. You can use Power BI, you can use Tableau, and I think there's is a Q Clicker. There's various ones that you could use. Now the benefits of this is faster analytics with Delta Lake, a strong security and governance with Unity Catalog. Now Unity Catalog is one of my favorite subjects. We will get onto this towards the end, and it is lower storage and compute costs. Just before I carry on, this is just the very basics of Databricks. As time goes on, I will get into the more intermediate and advanced stuff. This is just more of an introduction, more than anything. So, what are the Databricks key components? Then you got compute, which are clusters. These are scalable processing for ETL. Then you have AI, you got notebooks, which is collaborative workspaces. And again, for notebooks, as I mentioned, you can use Python, you can use SQL. Delta Lake, which is ACID transaction schema and time travel. You've got SQL Warehouse, which is serverless SQL engine for fast reporting. It is a fantastic tool. And then you've got Unity Catalog, which is centralized security and governance. Like I said before, is one of my favorite topics. Uh, right, Unity Catalog, so security data governance. So it ensures enterprise grade security and compliance. So it's centralized access control. Uh, RBAC, you've got data lineage and tracking. And why is this important? Well, it ensures compliance with the country laws. Don't really want to fall foul of them, otherwise you get big fines. And then it also prevents unauthorized access. Now, you only want HR, payroll, or whatever accessing your personal information, especially where it's concerning financial information. You certainly don't want the IT department, as an example, looking up what you get paid. So it's very important that everything's separated, and only people that are allowed to see the information should be able to see the information. Uh, Unity Catalog. So the key features of Unity Catalog, you've got the meta store, which is centralized metadata repository. Now, just as a quick overview, like I said, I know I'm not going to go into detail here, but meta store does not store any actual data. It stores the metadata to where your data is held. And you've got catalogs, which are high-level containers for organizing the data. You have the schemas, which are databases, which are the logical grouping of tables. Then you have tables, they can be managed or external, which stores structured data. I will get more into the managed and external stuff in another video. Access control, which I've mentioned, which is role-based access at every single level. Then you've got data lineage, and it tracks where the data comes from and how it's used. So how does Unity Catalog fit into the Databricks architecture? Well, it works with Delta Lake for high performance storage. It enables governance across multiple Databricks workspaces. It supports SQL Warehouse for BI tools such as Power BI and Tableau. Pick your poison, whichever you prefer to use. Unity Catalog access control and security. So you've got role-based access control. RBAC assigns who can access what. Then you have row and column level security, which restricts sensitive data fields. You've got audit log tracks who accessed or modified the data. I believe you also got something called data masking in this. But like I said, I will cover all that in a very detailed video, very specific to Unity Catalog and SQL Warehouse. It'll be the single videos aimed at a single subject. And that is the end. So if I go back to, let's go back to the start actually. So that in the gist is just a quick overview of what Databricks is. I've only just started using this over the past few weeks. I've spent a huge amount of time learning it and getting a little bit of hands-on experience with it. And obviously over time, I will develop on that knowledge. I will be creating some further videos and going into much more detail. And I will also create some videos where I'm going through the practical exercises of how to use Databricks, how to connect Databricks to your Azure storage. For me, I will be using Azure storage. As I said, it's something I'm more experienced with. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for your time.